2K Sports welcomes you to Wednesday afternoon basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, giving us the rundown from the sideline courtside, David Aldridge.
Here we go.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Now here's Wright. Takes it inside and finished off by Wright.
The quickness of DeLon Wright is a lot for defenders to deal with. How pretty is that drive?
Pass to Irving. Ayton, a screen. Over to the left wing. Clock at 6. Wright, that's a two-pointer. It's rebounded by Warwick.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's Warwick. And Benyama outside. Pass to Warwick. Now Wright. And Benyama with it. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is good.
And few defenders to ever play in this league have the ability to slow Wembanyama inside.
To the middle, here's Ayton.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Wembanyama, a screen. For the three, cans it from downtown. Wembanyama's got 5 now.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop him.
Wright. And Wright pulls it down. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Warwick, no luck. From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024, Paolo Banchero.
And, Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
It's tipped. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Wright outside. Wembanyama, right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The kick out to Wright. Tries again. Pass to Coulibaly. Puts up a 3. Hits the three-point bomb.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Irving looking for an opening. Here's Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Well, just tremendous court recognition. DeAndre Ayton excelling in the pick and roll there.
And Wembanyama outside. Knocks down the 3 ball. Wembanyama's got 8 points.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Irving for 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
the real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. That is his first foul of the game. 1:14 left from the first quarter of the game. Outside for Wembanyama. Shot clock at 6. Fires for 3. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
And when Wembanyama is connecting from deep, he is downright unguardable. This is how special a talent he is.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Here's Wembanyama. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. There's 38 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Ayton the screen. Right. That's a 2-pointer. That one wide left. Right side. And Wright throws it down.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Here's Wembanyama.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. They lead by 13. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
And that was obviously the plan coming in. Now the big question, can they maintain that efficiency from range as the game goes along?
Here's Kamare. Out to the right wing. Here's Warwick. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Kamare. Fires from deep. And the 3-ball is good.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Ayton with it. Outside Irving. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Irving's got 6 points.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Here's Wembanyama. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Yeah, you have to be aware of Wembanyama on the boards. Really keep a body on him.
Pass to Ayton. This one for 3. And Wright pulls it down. Here's Warwick. Lets the 3 fly. Buries it from 3-point range.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
To the paint. Here's Ayton. A second chance effort. Back to Irving. Ayton the screen. Jacks up a 3. Irving can't get it to go.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And, Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing. Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Right with it. Now guarded by Ayton. Fires the three. Good on the triple.
Right.
He has 7.
Boy, DeLon Wright with great range. What a shot.
Outside Irving.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
1:57 left in the first half of basketball. Another shot. Ben Carroll left side. Here's Ayton. The kick out to Irving. Here's Ben Carroll. Bangs home the trifecta. Ben Carroll's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And this is the type of go-to scorer this team wants Banchero to be. They love his confidence.
Here's Kamara. And he lays it straight in.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time.
Personal foul.
That's his first foul.
Team foul.
Right from outside.
Well, we all know that DeLon Wright has instincts as a scorer, but remember, this guy takes pride in his defense.
Takes the 3. Kamara misses. Picked off in midair. And now here comes Wright, leading the break. Here's Kamara. 5 points in the game. The shot by Wembanyama, no good. Irving for 3. It's tipped. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Here's Warwick, and the jam by Warwick.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And it's Banchero missing.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
It's good from long range. And the home team has possession. Pass to Ayton. Kicks it out to Banchero. To halt the run. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided.
Your home team.
Delivering the blowout. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Pass to Ellison. They get the rebound. Here's Koulibaly. Off target with his 3. And so now the timeout taken by Tom Thibodeau. And DB, the measurables jump off the page for Koulibaly. 6'8" with a 7'2" arm span.
Kev, that's the kind of length that would allow somebody to be a menace defensively. Let's remember, he was the 7th pick back in 2023. The Wizards clearly very high on this young guy's potential.
First team foul.
So it's the visitors now. Brewer's shot is off.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Here's Ellison. Pass to Brewer. The 3. Mobo with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Reddish. Goes back up. Chalmers outside. 6 on the shot clock. And the 3 off target. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
There's a good screen. Reddish with the ball. No scoring in this one. Pass to Brewer. The three ball. The shot misses. Chalmers outside. Drills it from outside.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
They get a hand on it. And they're on the break. Here's Mobo. The layup missed.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
To the wing on the left. The three from Chalmers. Nailed from three-point land. Chalmers has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Down low. Over in the corner, Reddish. Here's a whistle. It's going to go on Corey Brewer. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Over to the wing. Here's Mobo. That three off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. And that's going to be out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Pass to Brewer. 6 to shoot. Shot from the top of the key. The offensive rebound. Ellison.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Deflects the pass. Here's Mobo. Good on the three-point shot. Mobo's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
1:37 left in the third. Three-pointer on the way. Brewer grabs the board. Here's Ellison. Nothing on the board. And he misses his first shot of the game. And the wide open shot from Reddish. Out to the wing. Lets it go from deep. Buries the long-range jumper. Reddish has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And Reddish with the slam.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. And we felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Back to Koulibaly. There's 45 seconds left in the third. He squares up and sinks it.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
From downtown to the left wing. There's a screen. Back to Chalmers. Lets it go with the three. Brewer grabs the board. And now Chalmers running the floor all by himself. Pass to Ellison. And here is Brewer from deep three-point. Wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
Your home team.
That's a miracle. Are you kidding me?
Listen, under duress of the end of the period, you just throw it up and hope.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Now here's Wright. Here's Warwick. That one misses. Some solid defense from Ayton. with the drive. Pass to Banchero. Looking for Ayton. He gets it in there.
Away team ball.
Now, Wright. Wembanyama way outside. Brewer with the rebound. By himself. And Ayton throws it down.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is capable of outrunning almost every other big in the league. Nice job in transition.
Wembanyama outside. Wright sets a screen. And it's Wright sending it back. On the wing, Irving. It's tipped. And that goes out of bounds. And they retain possession. Here's Irving. Pass to Banchero. Now Ayton. Launches a three. That ball is good for another field goal. His sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Well, DeAndre Ayton can be a gifted scorer. He is capable of some big-time nights.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
And right, here we go. And Ayton throws it down.
Well, DeAndre Ayton, incredible size, incredible athleticism, and refuses to go down easy.
Free throw no good for Ayton. And stolen by Ayton. Offline with his three.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Pass to Warwick. Wembanyama outside. 4 on the clock. From the arc. The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing.
Well, DeAndre Ayton should own the paint. Nice touch there.
Pass to Warwick. Sweet move. And it's good on the layup.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Outside Irving. Here's Ayton. Here is Brewer. Ayton a screen. The tray. And the basket by Brewer.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often. And, of course, he makes good use of it.
Here's Warwick. Nice move. And the jam by Warwick.
Oh, and one little pump fake, and he had all the time he needed to go hard to the rack.
It's one of the most reliable moves you can make, GA. So pretty when it works. Back to Ayton. And Wright pulls it down.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Koulibaly. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
And right, here we go. Wembanyama, right side. The quick look, no good that time. Here's Brewer. Buries the corner three. Brewer's got 6 here in this quarter.
Not everyone has the green light to take that free in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint. Well, put all that size to good use. Rip it off the backboard.
Pass to Irving. To the inside. Kicks it out to Banchero. There's the triple. They get it back. Ayton. On the wing, Irving. Fades back. Wembanyama with the rebound. Here's Wright, and finished off by Wright.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Outside Irving. And that goes out of bounds. They'll keep possession. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
That's a perfect example of why good hands are important in basketball. It just misread that pass completely.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. The deep three from Wembanyama. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
The alley-oop rejected by Ben Carroll. The visiting club takes the win up.
play on this fine Wednesday afternoon. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, and the fourth member of our crew, reporter Allie LaForce. And here's Wright. Up top, Aiden. Back to Wright. Aiden with a screen. Fade away. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls.
Well, DeLon Wright with the jump shot looking fluid right now.
And here's Wright from the arc. Oh, rejected by Aiden.
The ball's up.
And so the ball out of bounds. Aiden touched it last. Outside Koulibaly. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
And a solid pick to free him up for the dunk.
Boy, the timing there couldn't be any better.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Here's Irving from behind the arc. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. There's the three. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Pass to Aiden. Let's go with a three. Sinks it from distance.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And here's Wright. Almost 2 minutes into the first here. Pass to Brewer. 6 to shoot. Fires from deep. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, you have to love DeAndre Ayton's effort, intensity, and relentlessness as a rebounder.
Here's Kamari. Now here's Wembanyama. Takes it inside. And Wembanyama throws it down hard.
Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there. Irving for three. Rebounded by Warwick. Wembanyama with it. Now Wright defending. Pass to Warwick. Crafty move. Over Wright. Second chance effort. Shakes him. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. To the wing, right side. The three from Banchero. Nails it from beyond the arc.
And Banchero has some range already. I mean, I want to see him continue to drain these shots. With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. Here's Wright. Pass to Aiden. And Aiden with the stuff.
This is the kind of damage DeAndre Ayton can do if he gets the right positioning. Nicely done.
Koulibaly drives in. It's blocked. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Banchero. .133 left in the opening quarter. Pass to Wembanyama. 6 on the shot clock. Nice little shot fake there. Got the D out of position.
The refined jumper of Wembanyama. You just never see that in a man of his height.
Here's Irving. Rebounded by Kamari.
Great contest by the defender, but that's a dunk. You got to put down in his face.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Now here's Wright. Yet to see a basket. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
The quickness of DeLon Wright is a lot for defenders to deal with. How pretty is that drive?
Out to the right wing. The 3 from Ayton. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. Coulibaly with it. Wembanyama screen. Pass to Coulibaly. Back to Wembanyama. Oh! Wembanyama throws it down.
And Wembanyama can dunk it basically just standing up. You gotta keep him out of the paint.
And here's Ayton. Will it go? That doesn't go either for Ayton. Outside Wembanyama. Well, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. They're up by 5. And back to the start of the second. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
First team foul.
Coulibaly up top. Pass to Kamari. Clock at 6. Puts the move on. And that one's good. Coulibaly.
They're beginning to take control now, and this could be a crucial point in the game.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
Ayton with a screen. To the inside. Good D by Wembanyama.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Back to Coulibaly. Outside Wembanyama. Wembanyama so comfortable inside.
All too easy for Wembanyama. He feels like no one can defend him inside.
Shoots from the elbow. It's right on the wing. Another shot. Can't hit. 1 for 2 now. Right side, Coulibaly. Pass to Wembanyama. Back to Coulibaly. Right outside. Fires for 3. The shot misses. And right with the defensive effort. On the wing, Irving. Beyond the arc. Drops in the 3.
How about the laser focus on that jump shot? Pays no attention to the nearest defender.
Here's Wright. Driving in. Pass to Warwick. And all around the rim that time before dropping. Warwick's got his second basket.
I doubt that's what they were looking for, but it works out.
I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation. Outside Wembanyama. From deep. And it's Irving with a rebound. Wright with the ball. Now Wright defending. Here's Irving.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
To the paint. Here's Ayton. And Ayton with the stuff.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. It's his first trip to the line. First free throw is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
The kick out to Banchero. Ayton with a screen. The 3-ball. Banchero no good. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter.
We see the quick reflexes of DeLon Wright. Twice on the pipe.
Outside for Irving. Here's the 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Irving's got 8 points here in the quarter.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Here's Warwick. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Warwick's got 7.
And that's how you up the ante. Come right back at them.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Pass to Brewer. Shot clock at 6. Irving. And Irving powers it home.
Punching it inside, attacking the heart of that defense. I love it.
Now here's Wright. Out to the right wing. Here's Warwick. Inside. Here's Wembanyama. That one goes in. He's got 10.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Down low. Here's Ayton. Basket is good. Nice setup from Irving.
Well, look at the fluidity in the screen and roll. DeAndre Ayton so good at taking what he sees in these sets.
And this will be his 3rd and 4th free throws of the game here.
Taking 2 shots.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. 11 seconds left in the second period. Pass to Brewer. There's a screen. Back to Irving. 1 second left. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And that concludes the first half. Leading by 6. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Here's Chalmers. Pass to Jefferson. Here's Brewer. From downtown, Ellison grabs the board. For 3, and it's Chalmers missing. And that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Here's Chalmers. Pass to Brewer. 6 to shoot. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Koulibaly. They grab their own miss. Intercepted. In transition, here they come. And the big dunk at the end of the break.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
This Wednesday, 2K Sports presents the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. And so off the tip, it's Albuquerque. Wright with it. And the dunk by Wright.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Here's Banchero following the score by Albuquerque. Shot clock at 6. And that one's good, Irving.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Beasley outside. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
And it goes down 2 points.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Here's Koulibaly. They set the pick. Latrey. Rebounded by DeAndre. And the NBA is truly an international league. I mean, look no further than DeAndre Ayton, hailing from the Bahamas.
Well, you love that him and Buddy Hield carrying the torch for their home country. Ayton is actually the second first overall pick from the Bahamas, the first one being the great Michael Thompson.
Now here's Beasley. Pass to Ayton. And here is Brewer. Over Koulibaly. Right outside. Second shot opportunity. Here's Beasley. Over Irving. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
He was wide open, but just to make sure, he put a little fade on that jumper.
Pass to Irving. Koulibaly with it. By Beasley. Back to Irving. No good on the triple. Beasley outside. Rejected by Banchero.
And when Banchero turns it up, he can be a factor at the defensive end.
And Koulibaly gets it to go.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now here's Brewer. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Outside Irving. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And it's blocked. Here's the break. Here's Koulibaly. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Koulibaly's got 8 points.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition.
Pass to Wright. Ayton with it. Here's Brewer. Banchero grabs the board.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot, just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
Now here's Wright. Nothing on the board. Banchero with the screen. And Wright, here we go. And finished off by Wright.
Gives the team such a great element, having a 1 guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
I like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
They push it up, 4 on 3. Good ball movement here by Albuquerque. Here's Beasley. Albuquerque again can't hit it. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Such a wide open look. He's got 10.
And smart ball movement there from Banchero. And that selflessness will endear him to his teammates.
Here's Beasley. Pass to Brewer. And they get it. And the rejection by Ayton. Irving from long range. A three-pointer is right on target.
3 points.
Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
Yeah, their energy level's been amazing. The battery bar still full, hustling and still working hard out there.
And now the first timeout called here for Albuquerque. It's stolen by Banchero. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. They're up by 7. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
Albuquerque trails by 7. Beasley with it. He's picked up by Irving. Out to the right wing. Banchero outside. Pass to Beasley. 5 to shoot. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
Here's Banchero. That shot missing. Great defense that time from Banchero. Beasley outside. Fires from deep. Banchero grabs the board. Left side, Irving. Banchero with the screen. Outside Irving. And the slam dunk by Irving.
And you love the quick ups, but then how about that explosiveness on the finish? Irving, man, he just has the incredible gift.
And right, here we go. Ayton the screen. Pass to Brewer. Swiped away. Koulibaly with it. Picked up by Banchero. And there's the whistle. Called a clear path foul there. Yep. And he'll shoot 2 at the line. And he knocks down the first one.
At the line for the away team.
And Koulibaly drops them both.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Brewer with the steal. Beasley for 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Beasley's got 8.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Ayton the screen. It's right on the wing. Shot clock at 5. Jacks up a 3. Oh, and he misses the dunk.
And, you know, he just got a little ahead of himself on that one. How does a great finisher not dunk that ball? I still can't figure that one out.
And here is Ayton. Still without a basket. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Albuquerque shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And Beasley drops both of them.
A big fellow with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Pass to Coulibaly. That 3 off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. And this is the type of go-to scorer this team wants Banchero to be. They love his confidence.
Ayton in the high post. Banchero outside. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
No one near Banchero as he lets it go. Nailed from three-point land.
Excellent work in the screen and roll. Banchero solid at knowing when to shoot in those sets.
From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024. Paolo Banchero.
And Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
And it's Brewer finishing it off.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Right side, Irving. Pass to Coulibaly. And so out of bounds it goes. They'll keep possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Here's Brewer, and he nails the jumper.
Oh, that's a needle in the haystack shot right there. You're not going to hit that one all that often.
Pass to Ellison. .27 seconds left in the first half. Reddish off target with his 3. And the wide open shot from Chalmers. .12 seconds left in the second quarter. There's the screen. Back to Reddish. Beats the shot clock, but can't get it to fall. Hacked on the shot, and he'll have 3 chances at the line. It's going to be on Cam Reddish.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the 3-point attempt.
And he sinks the second. And he nails the third. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Leading by a point. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. So it's the visitors now. Chalmers outside. There's the pick. Pass to De Silva. Knocked loose. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Brewer. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
Here's Black. For the lead. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Mario Chalmers picks one up.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
For Albuquerque, they've been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
He was able to tie it up, but he has to be disappointed that he could not give his team the lead.
Now, here's Brewer. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. And now the fast break. Banchero with the ball. Buries the long-range jumper. Banchero's got 8 points.
And this is something Banchero continues to hone, wanting to become a dangerous threat from deep.
And the basket by Chalmers.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitors.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
And he's going to be a consistent scorer when he can get those shots to fall. Defense has to do a better job against Banchero inside.
Chalmers surveying the D. And it's off from three-point range. And so here's Albuquerque. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Here's Rush. It's blocked. And here they come. The open shot by Brewer. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. And Albuquerque with the possession. Pass to Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
And Banchero is putting it all together, capable of scoring from all 3 levels.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Al Brewer. And there's the foul. It's on Koulibaly. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Brewer with the ball. 5 on the clock. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
3 points.
Brewer's got 5 points now this quarter. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
On the wing, Koulibaly. He has yet to score. That one goes. Count it. Brent Koulibaly got a lot of minutes last season, and it's paid off.
Well, Kevin, I think this guy is hungry. I think he's hungry to prove that he can be an elite wing player in the league. His work ethic is top-notch, and this guy, if he goes at it defensively, can be on those all-defensive teams by the time his career is done.
Just 5 to shoot. And here's Chalmers from the arc. Sinks the triple. Chalmers has got 6.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Defense has got to be a little bit better, especially when he's looking to fire from that distance.
They set the pick. Driving the lane.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Defense has got to be better. Flat out effort was not there.
Pass to Banchero. Out to the wing. To the paint. Here's Ellison. The shot's good. And Albuquerque leads by 2.
Reddish, not just a scorer, also good at realizing when to dish.
And good that time. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Here's Black. He has 6. On the wing, Koulibaly. 6 to shoot. Here's Reddish. And Reddish with the slam.
Yeah, that's got to feel good. Reddish rising up.
Pass to Brewer. They set the screen. Back to Reddish. Here's Ellison. The three-pointer, no good. And Banchero, here we go.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But, Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Albuquerque out in front. They lead by 4. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K. Tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Now a timeout called by Albuquerque.
And as things present themselves throughout a game, teams have to adapt on the fly.
And timeouts are a wonderful opportunity to just settle in and recollect the thoughts of your entire team. Not just the guys playing, but the entire team.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Albuquerque's coach said to his team. Now, they've been happy with the way the team is shooting. He reminded players to keep taking those threes, that they've had some clean looks. When that three goes in, it's always a welcome sight. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. And there's the call on DeAndre. That'll be his second foul of the game. Beasley outside. Three-pointers off the mark. Left side, Irving. Banchero with the screen. Irving surveying the floor. Puts up a 3. And Abdul-Rahim pulls it down. Albuquerque leading by 4. Wright with it. Now Wright defender. Pass to Ayton. It's Beasley on the wing. Ayton, no screen. They get it back on the wing. Brewer. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Outside, Irving. Banchero with the screen. And it's Irving missing. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Pulls it up. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Brewers got the lead up to 6 now for Albuquerque. It's right on the wing. Back to Banchero. 6 on the shot clock. And right, here we go. Yep, that one goes.
And for his position, Banchero, great vision and willingness to make the extra pass.
Right down low. And he converts the layup. Wright's got the lead back up to 6 now for Albuquerque.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Here's Banchero. Bangs home the trifecta. Banchero's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Ayton in the corner. It's stolen by Banchero. Right side. Now Koulibaly. Trying to find Wright. He's got it now. Just 5 on the clock. Irving from long range. Rebound by Albuquerque.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
Now a timeout called by Albuquerque. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Down low. Here's Ayton. And the rejection by Ayton. Here's Brewer. He nails it. And we're tied up. Brewers got 10 points in just the second half.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
And it's Brewer finishing it off.
Just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Right from outside, gets the three-pointer to fall.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Here's Brewer. Hits the three from the wing. Brewer's got 6 in the quarter.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
Rocket 6. Money! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Outside Irving. Drives to the hoop. And then Irving slams it in.
And I'll tell you what, few forwards have ever had that lightning first step of Dr. J. He just takes away the angles of the defense.
There's a whistle. It's going to go on Corey Brewer. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Beasley outside. It's stolen by Banchero.
Awesome defense. Just outstanding effort to reach his big hands in there and just rip the ball away.
Right outside. And stolen by Ayton.
A three and nothing but a three will do here.
Now this is all from the perimeter and outside the arc here.
Beasley outside. Launches a three. Misses the three.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
The visiting club takes the win on the road. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for him.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply
Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, former NBA players Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, with David Aldridge joining us courtside. And so off the tip, it's Albuquerque. Pass to Wright. And finished off by Wright.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Oh, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Here's Irving, following the score by Albuquerque. 6 on the shot clock. For 3. They get the rebound. The 3. Here's Koulibaly. Ayton wide open. Not enough on that one as it misses.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
With his reach, it's hard to get anything over DeAndre Ayton.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
They swipe it. Poked away. Wright with it. Now Wright defending. Ayton a screen. Shoots the three. Albuquerque again can't hit it. Here's Coulibaly. Buries it from three-point range.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Beasley. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's Brewer after Julius Erving's basket. And Ayton throws it down.
Gotta love the aggressiveness. Ayton is locked in.
Pass to Coulibaly. There's the triple. Down low. And he goes in for the dunk.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
And Wright, here we go. And Wright throws it down hard.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that, boy, that is special.
Now here's Wright. It's taken away by Brewer. Wright looking around. From deep. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
I tell you what, did he take off on that one? Not many players can elevate it and literally fly. What a special talent, and it's plays like that that remind me just how amazing these athletes are in the NBA. And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
1:05 left in the first quarter. Outside Irving.
Albuquerque foul call.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
And he knocks down the first one.
A great athlete and an even better human being. It's easy to love Julius Erving. What he brings to this team and also what he brings to the community.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see a miss.
Now here's Brewer. Hasn't made one yet. And it's Brewer finishing it off.
Wow, look at how quick he flashes to the rim there for the finish.
There's 39 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Outside Irving. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Irving's got 9.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Now, here's Brewer. Puts up a deep 3 from beyond the arc and then some. Brewer's got his second bucket of the game to go.
The backcourt today as good as it gets. And they've earned the green light every time they touch the ball.
Pass to Ayton. Banchero with the screen. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Albuquerque out in front. They're up by 3. We've got more in store. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Albuquerque.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And the other thing I've been impressed with, guys, is their assertiveness at attacking the paint, trying to hunt for those high percentage looks.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Pass to Ayton. Back to Wright. Kicks it out to Banchero. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for Albuquerque. Here's Beasley. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024, Paolo Banchero.
And, Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has, becoming an elite competitor people fear almost instantly. And a big man who can do a little bit of everything, Banchero's future is certainly bright.
A wide open look here for Wright. Here's Ayton. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. Knocks it loose. Wright with it. Picked up by Banchero. Here's Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Outrunning the opposition. Ayton's got those long strides.
Wright looking around. Pass to Banchero. On the wing, Irving. Clock at 6. The 3. They grab their own miss. In the corner, it's Coulibaly. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
And smart ball movement there from Banchero. And that selflessness will endear him to his teammates.
And there's the foul. It's on Coulibaly.
First personal foul.
That's his first foul.
Team foul.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Beasley outside. The 19-footer is on the money. Beasley's got 4 points in the quarter.
That's a guy you want taking shots.
Oh, with authority!
That is a monster finish.
And I'll tell you what, few forwards have ever had that lightning first step of Dr. J. He just takes away the angles of the defense. And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Good on the triple. Irving's got 14 points.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to steam it up, oh yeah, you're done.
And now the first timeout called here for Albuquerque. There's 1:59 left now here in the second. Three-pointer right. Sinks the triple. He's got 10.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
To the inside. Brewer with the steal. Right side. .127 left to play here in the second quarter. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Banchero. The kick out to Wright. No good from outside.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Now, here's Brewer. To the middle. Brewer with the steal. Got a piece of it. Pass to De Silva. Here's Ellison. There's 37 seconds left here in the second. Chalmers outside. Just 5 to shoot. Over Beasley. Rebound by Albuquerque.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. And this kid is just a natural-born scorer. Banchero can post you up, face you up, and also beat you in transition.
And it's on its way from Chalmers for 2. That one off the back iron and out. Up in time. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Albuquerque with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Fires from way outside. The long-distance three is buried.
If you give a shooter of his skill an opening like this, he's going to take it every time.
Pass to Ellison. Back to Koulibaly. Powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Oh, boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? The three from Chalmers. It's good from long range. Chalmers has got 6 here in this quarter.
And there aren't many players more reliable from three-point range than he is, especially when the D's playing off him like that. And I tell you what, he looks fresh coming out of halftime if that possession's any indication.
Here's Ellison. Nailed from three-point land.
I'll tell you what, he came out of that locker room raring to go.
Here's Black to the paint. Koulibaly. It's blocked.
Albuquerque foul. Ellison. First personal foul. First team foul.
On the wing, Brewer. Scoreless thus far. Inside, Ellison. Oh, he misses the dunk.
Look, I'll give him an A for effort for trying to dunk through the defense, but maybe he should ease up on that one just a little bit.
Banchero looking around.
Albuquerque foul. Anthony Block. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. And the wide open shot from Reddish. Hits it from three-point range.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
There's the pick. Brewer with the ball. Picked up by Banchero. Chalmers outside. Shot clock at 5. From downtown. Rebound by Albuquerque. Here's Ellison. Still scoreless. Koulibaly with it. Kicks it out to Banchero. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Banchero's got it all tied up now for Albuquerque. And here is Chalmers. He's got 6. Off target from three-point range.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And it's denied. And as it goes out of bounds, Albuquerque able to keep the ball here. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. 6 to shoot. Koulibaly, no good.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
There's the screen. A shot by Reddish, no good.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Pass to Banchero. Drills it from outside. Banchero's got 7 points in the game.
And this is the type of go-to scorer this team wants Banchero to be. They love his confidence.
The 3 from Chalmers. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. Albuquerque leading by 3. Fires from deep. And Koulibaly gets it to go. He has 5.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
Here's Chalmers. And Chalmers slams it in.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
Banchero left side. Albuquerque needs to get a shot off it. Here's Reddish. Offline with his 3.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Albuquerque leads by 4. And fourth quarter. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. It's Beasley on the wing. And he uses the glass on the layup. Beasley's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Albuquerque. Right side, Irving. It's taken away by Brewer. Wright with it. Now Wright defending. To the wing on the left. Now Beasley. And the rejection by Eaton. Banchero looking around. To the middle. And Eaton throws it down.
Always a threat to score. Banchero, that time with a sweet find.
And Eaton throws it down.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it. Pass to Eaton. Wright with it. Eaton missed screen. And that one's good. Wright.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Here's Eaton. And Eaton throws it down.
Terrific physicality from Eaton, just going right to the rim.
Now, here is Irving. In the corner, it's Koulibaly. Eaton missed screen. The three-pointer, no good. Albuquerque leading by 5. For the finish. And the shot's good from Abdur-Rahim.
And how about Abdur-Rahim not letting the defense affect that shot, just staying with the task at hand.
Outside Irving. Pass to Koulibaly. Back to Irving. And Michael Beasley picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul. In for Albuquerque. Number 5, Paulo Banchero.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. To the paint. Here's Banchero. Now Ayton. 4 on the shot clock. Lets it go from deep. Koulibaly, no good. Here's Banchero.
Albuquerque timeout.
Now a timeout called by Albuquerque.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity to get your group together and make sure everyone is on the same page.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Albuquerque's coach said to his team. Now, he reminded his team, keep looking for the deep ball. If the 3 is there, take it. You've done a good job getting those looks, so keep taking them. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David.
A whole big-time dunk by Banchero. I like seeing the aggressive side of this young man.
Oh, my goodness. What a play.
Oh, my.
Boom, he jams it straight down.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there.
And you love the quick ups, but then how about that explosiveness on the finish? Irving, man, he just has incredible gift.
It's stolen by Banchero. Ayton with it. Now right defender. Got that one up quick. And now it's just a 4-point Albuquerque lead.
He just didn't like what he saw inside, so he takes the open transition 3. But if he missed, coach might have had some words for him.
Banchero outside. Easily outside. Just 5 on the clock. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And they got to bring the double team.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stance for Albuquerque.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
And another place they're finding success is in transition. They've been working hard to get ahead of the defense and find those easy ones.
And that's how he makes his presence felt.
And, Greg, we see him do it time and again. He is a special talent.
Yeah, it's easy to see why they go to him so often, because they know they can depend on him to come through for them.
It's good! And now they trail by just 4.
Used to these big moments from his college days. Banchero's heartbeat should stay low here.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
He knows how important it is converting at the line and building up this lead.
On the wing, Irving, and it's right atop the key. 3-pointer. The putback. Rebound by Paulo Banchero. Pass to Brewer. The tray. Drills the 3-pointer. Brewers got the lead up to 9 now for Albuquerque.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
And so Albuquerque takes the win. They came in here and took